This person could die.
And we're back. From there, we go to the Gestural Village and do a legendary tournament where players can participate for the opportunity to meet with Esquier. The final battle, it turns out, is CL.
What was the password to get through? There was a password that they needed to say. Yeah, but it was like Gustav had to scream it.
It was something like, let me in.
Yeah, let me in. And the Gestrel's like, all right, you don't have to yell. Jeez, come on in. And then Gustav's like, I'm really sorry. They told me to yell.
They wanted me to. I don't get it.
I don't want to be mean.
CL has maybe the most tragic backstory.
Oh my God, when she spills.
Yeah.
She initially worked as a farmer, later became a teacher, possibly at the same school where her husband volunteered.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's where they met.
She met Pierre when she requested plant samples from Lumiere's outdomed teams. He responded by bringing her a lavish bouquet and numerous plant cuttings, and the relationship blossomed into marriage. Pierre was a kind and adventurous man, and they taught children about sailing and survival. CL... Around Monolith year 39, Pierre died in a boating accident on an outlying island. His body was lost at sea. Devastated by his death, she attempted suicide by drowning. She was saved by Esquier, who brought her back to the docks. Later, she discovered she was pregnant and had lost the baby during her suicide attempt.
Yep.
And we didn't know it was Esquier until the end because we knew she had this terrible fear of swimming. And when you first meet Esquier, he looks at CL, he's like, oh, that's my terrible swimmer friend.
I know her.
He's like, hello, terrible swimmer friend. And she's like, how do you know I'm a terrible swimmer? And you just don't know it until like the very end.
No, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, fucking heartbreaking story.
Yeah. Really.
Every time you learn more about her, I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
geez.
And she puts on such a strong confident facade. And then it's like, she's probably hurting inside because she's probably projecting a little bit of that. Where
She's
it's like,
my waifu.
Yeah.
Well, and she, like when she fights the Axon, like everyone's wearing, weak to the mask. She's like, I am the mask.
I am the mask. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have no power over me.
Yeah. That was awesome. That was awesome.
And so her combat, let's see if we can understand it after I read through this because I still don't.
Okay.
Categorized as sun skills. They apply
Sun and moon. Yeah, that was it.
They apply foretell to enemies.
Mm-hmm.
They can be stacked on enemies up to a default maximum of 10. Can be doubled to 20 during Twilight. I'm already confused.
What?
These stacks make enemies more vulnerable to subsequent attacks, particularly those that consume foretell. Skills categorized as moon skills can consume or detonate the foretell stacks on an enemy, unleashing additional damage. When both a sun and a moon charge are active, she enters Twilight state. Double foretell, she can apply double the amount. Increased foretell cap. I don't
know. I don't get it.
It's about building charges.
Yeah.
And then setting it off you're like attacking very quickly. You attack. She has the staff, like the bladed staff.
Scythe, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's like a double bladed.
Yeah, but that I kind of likened that to her farmer roots.
Oh yeah, probably.
Yeah.
She has one that's a scythe. And she has some that are just like
Not all of
more
them were.
double. Some of them are like double bladed, where a scythe I imagine is just the one end.
Right. Yeah.
I think she has one that's just one sided attack.
Okay.
I think I got her ultimate weapon, and it was a scythe, though. Never mind.
Anyway.
No, you build up these charges, and then you're basically waiting around for the right moment to unleash it, because then you can stagger the enemy. So she's the best at staggering enemies.
And you have to be consistent. You can't just swap back and forth between like sun and moon attacks because you're not going to be able to stack anything.
You have to have a pure strategy.
Yeah. So you have to understand that, spend your AP wisely with her.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you're just going to not use her to her full benefit.
It's true.
I still don't understand it, by the way.
Yeah. I used her effectively. I didn't understand what I was doing.
I didn't use her effectively until like probably near the end when I was like, I think I get it.
There
She
comes
was always 2 levels under everyone else for me.
There definitely is a point, though, where you start having to use everybody.
Yeah.
Because even your main 3, when they get destroyed, like, all right, looks like we got Verso and CL coming in hot.
For me, it was Minoko and
Versa
CL.
was always on my team.
I was going to say, what the heck?
No, he's back. Back row. Lune, Mael, and Minoko. Once you know Minoko,
Hell yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
beast.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I know.
Esquier is quite a charming character. Mm-hmm. Created by Verso in his childhood, modeled after his favorite stuffed toy. He was once considered the most powerful being in the world.
Still is. Still is the most powerful being in the world.
As far as
Put some respect on his name.
now regarded as legendary by the people of Lumiere since the fracture, his abilities are tied to his 4 beloved pet rocks, Flory, Dory, Yuri, and Sorry.
This isn't Flory. This is just a rock.
This is a rock. He keeps losing these rocks, and helping find them is a significant part.
Stop being a meanie. I just hear like SK lines all over my head every time.
Are we talking about the Saint Francois? Monsieur Grumpface.
Francois used to be all wee, but now he's all
Ooh.
yeah. Centuries go by without your best friends. That's gonna make you go.
Yeah. But at least you shared some. Oui? How come you're not grumpy like Francois?
I am grumpy.
Oh. Are you now?
I too am. But I'm also wee. So the wee balances the.
You might say you're a bit, wee-woo then.
You really get me, Verso.
I'm a bit, wee-woo myself. Although I'm a bit more woo than wee these days.
Obviously, every time he says Mon ami.
I like you because you're Verso.
Yeah. You really get me, Verso. I mean, the whole woo and we conversation was so like, I don't know. It opened your eyes a little bit because it put kind of like a funny interpretation on like, the dynamics of, your personality. Some days you're just having good days. Some days you're having bad days. And it's the balance that you need, and everybody has that.
Well, he's got like a fundamentally Taoist approach to the world.
Sure.
It's
Ooh.
very philosophical.
Yes.
And it's got a simple like Winnie the Pooh nature where he respects and appreciates the world for what it is. And he likes people for like expectations are very measured, and he's a good guy.
I like him.
Yeah.
I never said I hated him. I love SKA.
Yeah.
I love riding around on his back. It's fun.
I am Speed.
Yeah.
The times that he runs on the open world.
And
His flying is weird.
Yeah.
SK has a neighbor, Francois.
Francois.
He's just a big turtle rock.
Yeah.
Do you know why Francois is so sad and upset?
Why?
He has a good reason. Despite his grumpy exterior, SK sees through it and knows that Francois is actually sad because he misses Clea, his creator,
Oh,
who used to
geez.
spend all the time with him, but she's disappeared. And now the one person he wants to spend time with and love. It's like a dog who lost their owner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you create that little statue and he's
Yep.
like, I don't want that, but just leave it here before you leave.
It's speculated that he's modeled after Clea's childhood toy, much like SK was Verso's. And that's why he does want that little toy, because it's actually like a reminder of him and Clea. Mm-hmm. And he's sad because
Clea's the older sister, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
the one person he loved is gone, and he's just eternally sad about it.
Well, SKA tries to be his friend.
Yeah.
Well, SK's there. It's like caring for your one depressed homie, where it's like nothing you can do to help them, but you just got to be there for
keep
him.
doing it. You keep helping him. Yeah.
He's been sad for like 70 years.
Jeez, yeah.
It's just
Poor
Francois.
He used to not always be like that.
Well, and it's like he could move. Francois could move away, but he wants to be close enough where they can still yell at each other, which
Yeah.
is very cute.
He's like, okay, where is Francois? Oh, you don't have to go far. He's right over there. It's like you expected, like, okay, where do we go to see him? It's like, he's just right over there, next room. Like, thought this was going to be a whole quest line.
Yeah. I didn't know how short that quest actually was. I was kind of just like, really? I'm going to have to do this?
Yeah.
I thought SKA was going to be a one-off. I had no idea he was going to be so omnipresent.
Thank God he was.
Yeah, I agree.
Dude just totally destroyed that large axon in the air just by just flying through it. That's why he's the most powerful character in the
Yeah,
game.
he holds back.
Well, yeah.
Motherfucker.
And
Yeah.
are you speaking of the time that Gustav is killed?
No, not that part.
Well, Gustav is killed.
Spoilers.
Gustav dies.
Gustav dies.
He does.
I was so pumped.
I thought this was going to be a Chrono Trigger thing where we went on a quest to revive him or something.
We kind of do.
A little bit.
I had
I
a
did.
sneaking suspicion Verso was gonna take off his mask, Mission Impossible style. Like, haha, it was me the whole time.
It was Tom Cruise.
Gustav.
Really? Why would you think that?
No, I didn't think that. No.
Oh yeah.
I had a sneaking suspicion that I knew once you go to that quest line where you lay him to rest.
Yeah, it was
amongst
over.
all the other expeditioners. Like, it's like, okay, all right, this is final. But part of me wished Verso was like another like Paintress creation, and then it would be Gustav at the end or something like that. But that was small, fleeting little moment.
He needed to die to set up what the stakes actually are, because you get like a good sense from the beach, like the intro, but until you really realize the true danger of what the enemies are, I think his arc was functionally over in terms of a character. Like Brad said, there wasn't a lot actually going on. You knew a few things about him. You knew that he was a brilliant engineer. You knew that he really had this idea that he thinks he can save the world all and take that all on his shoulders. And I think his arc ending with him protecting Mael is probably like...
Now, was Gustav's character drawn by Mael, do you think? Because you see correlations between Gustav's character
and
and
Alicia.
Yeah, Alicia, yeah.
I don't think Mael is creating anything in the world.
No, I mean Alicia. I
don't think Alicia is creating anything in the world either. I think it's a part of like the canvas world, like
because that's why I'm wondering why Gustav was drawn in the first place. Because obviously Gustav was drawn with a very specific purpose to protect Mael.
I think that's just organically, like the way me and Martin weren't born to be fucking cat and dude.
Right. Born to be fucking. Yeah.
But me and Martin,
disturbing.
But me and Martin are cat and dude. I think that's just like a result of circumstance.
Yeah.
We weren't.
I guess I'm trying to find meaning in something that has no meaning.
We weren't preordained to be sitting at this table discussing.
This game. But here's the thing.
I don't know.
When you draw something, when you deliberately create something, everything is preordained because you're making it.
No, but I think that's taking away free will. And I think that there is agency in this world. I think these characters do have their own emotional arcs.
What I would bet is that I bet his parents were created, but they were given their own, like, you're right. The free will thing.
Yeah. And that's why I have a problem with the way Act 2, I started to question everybody. Like the necessity of all the characters, which sometimes like at the end of Act 2, and we could talk about it later, but how you kind of start to think like, well, why were these characters created? What purpose did they serve?
Because Verso created a world.
Right.
That's all it is. He created a fun world with his gestural, and he wanted to paint something that he loved. And then he died, and then his mom came in and started changing it to what she wanted, and then it became conflicted because it was, multiple creators tearing at things.
Anyway.
And it's supposed to be, you're supposed to question that stuff. I think that the bleakness of the situation and striving beyond that is kind of the central core theme.
Like I said, I think I still maintain my thought that Gustav was supposed to be a mirror image of Verso to Mael, kind of like how Verso was kind of like the older brother, the protector, the guardian of Alicia at the time.
Well, I think that's quite literal.
Yeah. So I think that's why there's correlations, which is, there was a conversation that you had at the campsite with Mael and Verso much later in the game where Mael asked the question about Gustav, which we could talk about that later or now, I guess, but where it's like Mael asked Verso plainly, like, could you have saved Gustav? And Verso said yes, and I purposely chose not to.
Dark.
Yeah. And I hated Verso at that point.
I kind of hated Verso the whole time,
partially
because of his stupid hair.
Love his hair.
You don't like that little like white little streak?
You can change it.
And I guess I also was angry because I was so excited to like have a character die and that like progress lost. That investment, when it's taken away, it's a more you feel it more. And then immediately they're like, this is another version of Gustav. with
Yeah.
stupid hair. And I was like, I hate him.
Yeah.
I put his hair in a fucking top knot the moment I could.
Yeah.
I made him a samurai very quickly.
Yes, Verso builds perfection. He gains perfection by successfully landing attacks on enemies and performing defensive maneuvers. Increasing rank, Verso accumulates perfection, and his rank increases with it, starting at D, progressing through C, B, A, and reaching the all-powerful S. Damage bonus, higher ranks significantly boost the damage of all of Verso's attacks. Again, maybe the most straightforward of all of the characters.
He is straightforward, but building perfection is a really fun goal to try and try and achieve. I was hitting like double S towards the end of that game. I was just like I said, when I killed the Paintress, it's all Verso.
Yeah.
Verso and Mael, they were the ones doing the heavy lifting, and then I had Monaco doing his blue magic, is what I love to call it.
Wow.
So like I never had a fucking issue, and I actually really do like Verso as a character. I thought he was super interesting. What's his deal? I was just like, at first I'm like, am I really gonna like you or?
Yeah, Verso.
Oh yeah, Verso.
He jumps in and he's immediately.
I love him. I think he's great.
I liked him at the end. I did not like him at first.
He's complex. I liked him in the beginning. I didn't like him at the end.
I like his,
no, I don't know. He's a complex character.
his mission makes a ton of sense.
It does.
He's like, let's stop the madness.
Yes,
Let's just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you stop to consider that a lot of these characters are just pawns in a war between gods, it's very it does diminish him a little bit in terms of like how much you like sympathize with him. It's because he is a facsimile of a god, but he still kind of has the abilities of one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. The ending, I just keep thinking of the ending. I think of it all the time.
We will discuss that shortly.
Yeah.
Minoko is
Awesome.
wonderful.
I'm trying to fight strangers.
Creation of Versos. He was named after one of the Desandra family's dogs.
Oh.
Minoko III, reflecting a cherished childhood bond. He was tasked with finding lost Jestrels scattered throughout the continent due to the fracture. Minoko collects feet
Yep.
of
That's
Neverons.
a thing.
What's scarier than using a dead Neveron's foot against another one?
It's cool.
Yeah.
And he carries around a cool little lamp thing.
Yep.
He immediately tries to be like badass in front of everyone and like hits his own head.
Yeah.
Which sets the tone for the character very well. He is a badass, a little bit, comic relief for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
he's very
what are you doing?
dry-witted.
We're going to, what do you need help with? We're going to fight the Paintress. Okay, bye.
There could be a lot of good battles along the way.
Yeah.
You son of a bitch, I'm in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you start out with him, I was immediately like, well, I got to go back to every single like dungeon at the beginning to get
all the
his
feet.
skills.
You don't though, because they reuse the wolves.
I know.
Yep.
Well,
Every one of these enemies, like you only have to fight that type once with him. Yeah. So it's creative the way they reuse the enemies. You don't pay attention.
It actually
to
fooled me, to be completely honest with
And
you.
it's the right number of enemies for you to remember the attack patterns. So you see one of these like certain enemy types and you're like, I remember this.
And I know how to do it a bit.
And I know a little bit of what's happening. Each enemy type can teach Minoko a unique skill. A Minoko icon appears next to the enemy's health bar if he hasn't learned the skill yet, and he doesn't need to land the killing blow just to be present in the fight. So this is why I wound up having him in all the time, because I was afraid of having to go back.
He has some amazing skills.
Yeah.
Yeah, once you actually learn to use them. I think his base attack isn't really strong, but damn are his abilities like powerful.
I was making him a guy who buffs.
Yeah. Yep.
His buffs are
Adding-
substantial.
Adding
Yeah.
shields to your
Yep.
characters, that's
Yeah.
like huge.
It's enormous.
And I don't know if it was a Picto or a default thing where you can use free aim to randomly do the beast wheel, because that would be a way that like I could I couldn't specifically, but I could. There's a good chance I want to get to this one or that one. I would be able to try and get to the ability of, because the bestial wheel 5 different masks: agile, balanced, caster, heavy, and almighty. Each skill uses Each skill use advances the wheel a set number of steps to get you to a new mask.
Right.
When you cast a skill wearing the corresponding mask, if it's a heavy skill with a heavy mask, you get to use the bonus part of the skill, which is like if you are in heavy, this also adds 3 shields besides the first part.
Yep.
Yes.
I just remember, why didn't we talk about Minoko's boss battle music?
Oh,
The
yes.
saxophone. It's like, what is happening?
It is playing right now.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Listen to it, baby. It's jazzy.
Oh god,
as
it is
fuck.
so jazzy. Like it's like,
God damn it. Now
Yeah.
I want to play this game again. I'm so tits deep in Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Please don't spoil, because apparently that game can be spoiled.
I'm not spoiling shit.
I was
man.
surprised.
No, but I'm just.
Oh, it can be, yeah.
It can
Don't
be,
worry, I'm not even to that point.
Something
yet.
surprised me that I'll talk to you guys off mic.
Yeah.
Someone
That
told
I
me
was
the-
like, I'm surprised I missed it.
I saw that the last 2 hours of the game is supposed to be something very special.
Ooh.
But I don't know.
I'm close to the end.
Anyway, yeah, that music, fire.
Yeah, Blue Mage, kind of like you said, he has so many skills, and knowing which ones to use, you have to like consciously like go in, because the character
Yeah.
trees, we didn't really talk about them, but if you have to go in and play around with stuff to figure out what really works and what
What's a
doesn't.
good combo? And
Yeah.
Do you want to use everything from the beast shield wheel, or do you want to like focus on one thing and have that then, you know, there's such like, he is kind of a luck based character. And I did give him a lot of luck, because if you land some critical hits with him, they can like wipe an entire screen of enemies. It's really cool.
He became my heaviest hitter, but I didn't do end game stuff. So with where I was in the game, with everything lined up right for him to have like his 10 AP almighty attacks, that would be just absolutely devastating.
Yeah.
I beat a few bosses just because of Minoko. And, you know, we didn't really talk about that, but there are multiple bosses where all hope was lost. I'm on the second round of characters, and you get in a flow state where you do 8 parries in a row and you land that final hit, and it is the best crazy feeling you ever have fighting a boss. I had that multiple times with this game.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
It's a rare treat.
I thought like there were several times where it was literally down to like CL. And suddenly I was very, very good with CL, and I figured out exactly what to do. But it turned out the boss, I only had like 1,000 HP left anyway.
Yeah, there was, I think, one of the optional bosses. It was like the big gestural or something like that in the ocean.
Yes.
I think in one of the scenes, and I remember like going up to it and like, I think I'm powerful enough to take this thing on. It looks
then
pretty
you weren't.
powerful. And then yeah, it was down to CL. She was, and I was usually if it goes to the backup team, I'm like, nah, I'm starting over. Screw this. But like this time around, I felt like I was pretty close. And yeah, God, there's nothing more cathartic than to just like escape by the skin of your teeth.
It's the most badass
It
feeling.
really is. It really is.
When I had it where it would be the last 2 characters, and it was phase 2 just started, and it was like a full health bar.
Yeah.
And somehow you pull it off.
I got annoyed with the phases in this. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
You see that life bar go all the way to max again. It's like,
It's like I had a hard enough time. I wasted all my potions.
yeah, yeah. God,
Yeah.
I used all my revived potions. Fuck.
We go to Old Lumiere. This is actually part of Lumiere.
up. It's just like that where he like causes that explosion and he starts crying. Minoko starts crying. He's like, I fucked up. I tried to impress you guys.
I like Old Lumiere. It's a fun little map.
It's actually part of Lumiere that wasn't fractured. I was curious
Pretty
myself,
intact, yeah.
like, why is there 2 of them? But they were actually the same Lumiere at one point. We learned more about painted Renoir, and we learned that Renoir created the Axons, including Visage, with hearts of pure chroma. He and Verso sought to obtain these hearts to forge a weapon capable of piercing the barrier protecting the Paintress and the monolith. Maybe, if we defeat the Axons, we will be able to breach the barrier.
Even that boss battle music with Renoir.
This was one where I'm like, oh, I'm supposed to die.
Yeah.
And then you hit the save point again. I was like, oh, no.
No.
That can't be right.
I got him first try, and I got really fucking lucky with it because he is throwing shit out there quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I approached him, and then I got to that scene where all of a sudden the music hits and, he pops up and you see his life bar. I think I was playing the game pretty late in the night, and I was like, no, I ain't got time for this. I have to go to bed.
Yeah.
I was like, no, this is too epic for me right now.
Yeah, talk about a game that has a very, very long ending when like the build up to it. Mm-hmm. The ending itself isn't like crazy long, but holy shit. I don't know, man. There are points where I'm like, do I really have to carve out hours in the day for this?
Yeah.
Well, it's not like having to request work off to beat Death Stranding 2. And by beat, I mean watch a 10-hour cutscene.
That was like Metal Gear Solid 4. Jeez.
It's longer.
Is it?
I
Yeah,
did the
no.
math.
Wow.
We fight the Axons. We're not going to... They're big guys. They're big enemies. We fight them.
Yep.
Yeah. And you find out, like I think you mentioned earlier, you find out a little bit about Lune and about CL. Lune's complicated history and her relationship with her parents, kind of not loving her, so to speak, as a daughter, but only wanting her as an asset.
Yeah.
And then CL coming to terms with wearing a mask to hide her, guilt, hide her, I don't want to, shame, I guess.
It's probably shame.
Yeah, a little bit of shame.
Yeah.
But I thought that was good because I love a good side story character builder.
Yeah.
And not a lot of games do it as good as. I mean, I think Mass Effect 2 was one of the better ones to have come out in recent years.
You're even wearing the shirt.
Yeah, I am, aren't I?
Yeah.
But I thought that was a good use of like doing side missions to build side character.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. And the
Yeah.
fact that they gave everyone a chance to shine and no one was relegated to like the D list.
Mm-hmm.
It's because you get games like Final Fantasy VI that have, I don't know, what is it, like 14
Too many, maybe.
party
many,
members? Yeah.
Yeah.
And some of them are literally just like one-offs, and literally one's just a Yeti.
Yeah.
And it's just like, why would I have this fucker in my party?
The Axons, we have the Visage, which is a bunch of masks. I love the imagery for all of that.
Cool boss fight.
Yeah, really cool boss fight.
And then Serene is the dancer, and it's very cool going around that arena, and it's just constantly dancing. And they tell you don't look at it, so immediately I'm like,
I'm looking at it.
yeah, I'm gonna look at this.
Yeah. I just love like the floating platform stuff, and I liked being transported all around that Coliseum. I thought that maybe had the best visual design in the entire game.
I would agree.
I agree. I agree.
It was confusing getting around, and exploration became a little difficult, and I thought that the platforms moved a little too slow for my liking. But visually, it just looked so unreal and beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
We defeat the Axons.
We sure do.
We then attempt to fight the Paintress and get transported inside the monolith.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go through about 50 dungeons that just keep going deeper and deeper and deeper.
Mm-hmm.
The first major boss is Painted Renoir, which I would say was the toughest boss for me. Renoir was tougher than the Paintress for me.
I agree.
Renoir was a pretty quick kill. I can't say for sure. I know I got close to being wiped, and then I kind of got my ass in gear after I figured out his attack patterns.
And you were a little more overpowered than at least I was. I was doing zero side stuff, so
I was getting every bit of I'm like, maybe this Picta will help, or I don't know.
I know for me, the Paintress was long, but it was easy because I was playing conservatively. The Paintress wasn't doing a lot of damage to me, but I was kind of taking my time with it.
Yeah.
Whereas it sounds like you had the complete opposite. You were like
it was a
five
bit it was a bit of a fart, because I remember just being like, oh, okay, wow, cool.
And we cannot understate how ridiculous it is when the Paintress is throwing a fucking like planet at you, and then Mayella yells, "Parry it."
Parry it.
I'm like, what?
Like, bitch.
I love that she's just like expecting you to do that, and then I feel pressure, so I try.
Or even when they say dodge it, like fuck this, I'm parrying it.
Yeah.
And then you blow it, and you're like, ah.
I was trying to only dodge at first, and then I realized you're just wasting your time.
You really are.
Just start parrying.
Yeah.
I
Try to master it as soon as you can. I admittedly in the first half of the game, I was dodging all the time.
It's a very strange. Its window is a little strange, and I think that's on purpose so that you kind of get in this weird rhythm.
The window is larger with dodging, obviously.
Yes,
But I don't think it's too much larger. It is larger.
It is, yeah, not that much, not by much. Yeah, right.
The timing is the same, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can get pictos that increase your parry window as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's pictos for everything.
God, there's so many pictos.
yeah. I was kind of astonished towards the end.
Yeah. God, there's like pictos for everything.
When we fight the Paintress, we learn the truth of Mael being Alicia and Aline being the Paintress.
It was something you could guess pretty early on.
Well, you could tell as soon as you saw.
Yeah, as soon as you saw the Paintress.
Alicia.
Well, as soon as you saw Aline with the mask, I'm like,
Yeah.
well, that's Mael. And as soon as I saw Renoir, I thought that was like older Gustave because they very much look similar. Mm-hmm. But I knew there was some family shit going on there. Right away.
And especially it became apparent when you go back to Lumiere, and then you find the truth of the Gummage, and you find the truth of the world around you, and then everybody gets wiped.
The real Renoir, who had been assisting the expedition as a curator, reveals his plan to destroy the entire canvas world to free his family from the grief-fueled prison. Before
So
that,
you
though,
kind of-
let's just ignore it all and just run around and do side stuff, right?
Yeah, right.
That's what I did.
I kind of agreed with him on that point, and I think that's where the fracture to what kind of world do you want to live in at that point? At that when Renoir did that thing, I was like, I think I'm on board with you.
Well, that is the debate of the ending.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, Renoir, driven by his desire to save his family from grief and trauma of the canvas, intends to destroy the entire painted world. He initiates the process of breaking the canvas, which manifests as the Gommage continuing, although the reason for the Gommage is now understood to be Renoir's attempt to weaken Aline's control. Mael, having recovered her memories as Alicia, is faced with a difficult choice: accept Renoir's plan to destroy the canvas and return to the real world, or try to save the canvas and its inhabitants. This will lead to the confrontation between Mael and Verso, who also desires to end his existence in the canvas.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I went back and did both endings.
Sure.
What'd you choose first?
However, I chose Mael's ending. And when the scene at the end, obviously, where you see everybody's back.
Yeah.
Gustave's back. He's with Sophie. CL's with her husband and their child.
Mm-hmm.
You see everybody together, and it's like, oh, wow, this ain't so bad. And then all of a sudden you see Verso take the stage. And you see that look on his face.
And he's not happy.
He's not happy. And he's giving this look to Mael, and Mael's just like, I'm happy.
I won.
And Verso's just like, I don't know, just the look on his face told me I made the wrong decision.
Well, he's a little bit forced to be there.
I know, he definitely is, because
he's imprisoned. He doesn't want to be immortal either, but now everyone's functionally immortal.
Well,
just even that scene, Ben Starr did such a good acting job of that scene where he was like fading out and he was just like pleading, I don't want this life.
and not everyone's functionally immortal.
No.
They're not.
People are back from the dead.
People age. They're brought back, but they're not immortal.
Okay.
But that's
Only-
where Mael, Alicia took control of the painting, so to speak, or took control of the canvas.
To me, they paint it as, do you want to live in a fake world and hide from your grief, or do you address grief and move forward? And to me, that is not at all the actual issue.
That's not what I was
This
thinking.
this is the responsibility of a creator and its creations. Mm-hmm. Now, those are
Well, that's how I interpreted it.
those are real characters with agency. Those are real individuals. And to try and say, like, Lune and CL, like, sorry, we decided you all have to die so I can move forward with my own personal grief seems very selfish. But to me, like, that's the debate that people can have with this game. Because it's not...
Yeah, because I am in the opposite camp. I don't think, like I said, after Act 2, I found everybody... The fact that everybody was gommaged and wiped out at the end of Act 2, and then all of a sudden just spontaneously brought back just because Alicia, quote, / Mael has the power now to just bring these people back to her whim. That's how I don't know. I felt a disconnect now with the characters because it really showed me, I know it's different for everybody. It showed me that they're not real. They're just creations.
That's life.
Yeah, I know. And
Who's to say we're real?
well, exactly. We're all probably living in a simulation.
Sentience is a curse in and of itself. I don't want to sound like an edgelord, But
Watching True Detective.
Where did you get that leather jacket, dude? And those cool sunglasses?
the motorcycle store.
The motorcycle store.
The motorcycle store. Well, to me, the ending, to me, it brought up this idea of why did I spend so much time in this game? And it's a good thing to think.
Who did you guys pick first? Did you guys do
Mael?
Mael, okay.
It's the only option to me. I don't want to be involved for killing everyone for one character's wishes.
Yeah.
Once the creation is there, those are real people. Those are real situations. And for me to say, like, I'm the creator, you guys don't matter.
Yeah.
Seemed very heartless from where I was coming from.
It's kind of this, like, Verso really wanted to die. He kind of represents even what Gustav was going through early on in the game, but in a completely different way. Mm-hmm. And I think it's crazy for these functional god wizards to then just say, after interacting with so many things that they created, to say, like, fuck them.
And they just wipe them.
There's a responsibility for creators' creations. Once you create something,
take care of your art. Yeah.
It's to respect its own, like, individuality. Mm. Yeah. That's where I come from. And
I don't think it's that controversial. I think most people would side with Mael.
Yeah, and I think
there's got to be a stat.
But I also, it depends on how you read it, because I'm also someone that if you're going through horrible grief, you need to address it.
Yeah, you need to let it go.
But
that was the dichotomy of Mael and Verso's stories of just, like, do you side with emotion or do you side with logic? Verso being logical, saying we need to, get over our grief. I'm gone. You guys need to move on, or do you want to just keep living in this fantasy world of just, like, your own creations and you still being there?
The problem is the creations have their own agency,
which I still, like. I'm with you. They have their own agency. They have their own backstories. They have their own personal beliefs. They have their own agency and everything like that. But, like, Act 2 really shook me to the point where it's like none of this is real anymore. I don't know.
So
it was hard for me to kind of get wheeled back in.
Like, again, and I can argue, like, outside in the world, we consider ourselves the captains of our own ship.
Or with masters of our own destiny, yeah.
Exactly. But when you really stop to consider how minuscule and unimportant you are in the grand scheme of everything, it kind of sets you back a little. Mm-hmm. And I refuse, especially after knowing someone, I'm not going to throw the baby out with the bathwater. It's just not.
I love that saying so much.
It's not
because it makes anyway.
It just makes no sense to me. Even if it's avoiding grief, what else is art and escapism in general? She understands her grief. That's why she went on this entire journey.
Yeah.
And to invalidate that and say, like, whatever, now you got to go live in the dumbass real world. If this is just as real as any world outside of the canvas, then what is functionally the difference?
Mm-hmm. And part of me is like, I side with Cypher in the Matrix now. I'm like, fuck it, man, get that steak.
Why didn't I take the blue pill? Well, yeah, do you live good. In that sense,
if one world is I get to hang out with Lune, CL, and Eskie, and the other one is, like, I think you can still process your grief and live in the fantasy world, but one of them involves killing Eskie, and that is the real grief for me.
That would have been too much. So in the ending, you pick Verso's ending. I just reloaded a save. Did the fight.
That one? Yeah. I watched it on YouTube.
Lune's look, the look she gives you.
Yeah.
And she sits down and just oh my God.
She gives you a mean look.
Oh yeah. I don't know how. Like,
she gets angry.
Really good motion capture, really good facial features. Like, honestly, like, hats off to the tech team that did this, because the facial animations, the facial features match the emotion that these characters are giving. And that look Lune gives you, I was like, oh fuck. This was also a bad ending too.
And the creators have said, like, both endings are right and both endings are wrong. Like, there's not a It's up to the individual.
Yeah, it's kind of like the same thing with Joel's ending in Last of Us.
And it's the creators of the game letting us and our interpretations be what we want them to be.
I think
that's why most people, I think, on the internet, I looked it up, what most people picked. most people picked Mael's ending because it's
It's
I
the most
you want to live in
narratively-
you want to keep living in this world because you're right. All these characters have agency. These are real characters.
They are, yeah.
Even though they were created, they are real characters with real feelings, real emotions, families, friends, relationships, everything.
It's kind of wild that even like destroying it is somehow seen at some people enjoying that ending, because to me, when you really
didn't
think
enjoy
about it, it's like, okay, wait, so you did all this. Functionally, the story is about magical painter gods destroying their own work. I don't like that as a narrative ending. It's kind of in the same vein as, oh, it was a dream the whole time.
But it's about characters addressing grief.
Yeah.
But it's also, are painter gods more important than their creations? And
I don't
regardless,
know. Ask me tomorrow.
but what they do that I think is fucking really cool is you reach what you think is the ending of the game, and then they're like, now all of the side stuff really opens up.
Yep.
And I hate when a game, before like that big ultimate part, gives me all of that. Because then what happens is Final Fantasy X, I will spend 15 hours avoiding fighting the final boss and doing all the side stuff. I'm overpowered. It loses all interest. I lose interest in the final boss then.
If you're at least level 60, you will walk through the final boss. Like I did the side quest stuff at Act 3, and I just literally walked through the boss. And it did kind of lower the stakes a little bit because it's like,
But it's really cool that it gives you what you think is the ending, which is, I think, the most satisfying boss fight is the Paintress.
yeah.
And then it's like, if you want to fuck around for 20 more hours, here you go.
Yep.
It's really cool how they, Act 3 is like the side quests. When you're ready, go there.
Yeah. It gave me, I don't know about you guys, it gave me a little bit of like post-game ending paralysis, where it's like, I didn't want the game to end, so I want to live in this Act 3 for a
what I
while.
did.
Like, I could have beaten the game probably a couple weeks before I did.
Yep.
But I was just like, I would sit down and I'd be like, oh, maybe I'll just go to Lumiere, go to, face the final boss. And it's like, nah, I kind of want to explore. I want to do, there was like a tower, like a kind of like a tier tower
The
where like
Endless Tower.
The Endless Tower, that's
33 levels of increasingly difficult enemies.
I sure as hell didn't get that far, but I got, I don't know where I got to, but and then Lune has a side story.
There's relationship quests for like everybody.
Yeah,
I maxed out every single one.
I did too, because you get gradient.
You do, yeah.
Powers,
And
with
you
them.
can have a relationship with Lune or CL.
I chose not to. CL was pretty hard hitting. Man, she was
I went with CL.
Yeah.
She's like, I'll bang you.
Yeah.
But we're not together.
like, you didn't have to answer any of her questions correctly. She's like, well, bang, okay.
And then, but Lune really wants to have like an emotional
Report to the ship.
relationship with you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
She-
meanwhile,
she's a tough nut to crack.
Minoko was resisting my advances.
yeah,
And Mael, I mean, it's like we're brother and sister or something. It's
yeah.
weird.
That's
Yeah.
weird. Yeah, but
It's not working.
no.
I thought I saw a whole tab for that on Pornhub.
Rule 34.
So you can fight the third Axon, which is the Reacher. There's Gestural Beaches. This is the
I hate them.
notoriously.
I don't do
Don't put platforming. This is my only gripe. Don't put platforming in a game that's not designed to be a platformer.
especially when the jumping is
Floaty.
clunky.
Yeah. Woo.
Guillaume, he said, when Final Fantasy X, when there's those really stupid dodge of lightning 100 times, or the chocobo thing, he's like, I kind of liked it, and I kind of wanted to put something like that in here.
I respect it, and
It's fine.
really,
If
at
you
the
want to
end
get
of it,
swimsuits for everybody, you got to do these.
I got the swimsuit for CL because I wanted to see her in a swimsuit.
I got the one for Lune.
Okay,
You can just go to Google.
I wanted to.
Yeah, but you want to live it. You want to experience it.
See, what's nice is Daisy comes with a swimsuit.
Yes, she does. I mean, you gotta find the right drive-through to do it. But
This is insane. We're gonna have a whole Daisy episode, aren't we?
we
Possibly.
did, didn't we?
I think the Daisy episode would be 10 minutes. There's not a lot to it.
Yeah.
Honestly, we can extend it. I've got a few bits.
I know, Story can extend it.
Yeah, I could extend it. Yeah, sure. How long?
Parkour challenges.
Yucky.
Only up challenges. Similar to the popular game, players must climb a towering structure by carefully traversing various props and utilizing climbing mechanics. There's raft volleyball. Players hit gestural projectiles back at an opponent opponent's raft. I didn't do any of these.
I didn't
don't know
do
what
that
any of
one.
these are.
Yeah.
I fucked around for a little bit, but then I got to the top of one and I just slightly kind of moved to the left and I fell off of like a floating chair and then I plummeted to the fucking ground.
I think I
and
know that
said,
one you're talking about.
I was just like, okay, well, this was a huge waste of time. It was about 7 minutes actual time getting up here, and I'm not doing this again.
I'm not doing it again.
I don't care if they give me the most powerful weapon in the game.
Admittedly, I think all you got was it was
It's just
let's just say it
outfits,
wasn't worth it.
Yeah.
It wasn't worth it to do that one. Because I got to the end and I forget what it was because I probably blocked it out of my memory and I was like, well, this wasn't worth it at all.
And isn't one of them just like parry 100 times in a row with a bouncing enemy?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh God, I remember that one. That was it was like a big mask.
Yeah. It just keeps jumping.
Keeps jumping. And then it gets to a point where it just like gets tired and then you actually land an attack because you can't land an attack on that enemy until you parry it like 100 times.
I love
Yep.
it.
And
I
all of a
love
sudden
it.
the enemy gets tired and then you just mow it down with like 2 hits. And it's like that was it.
I defeated a few super bosses. There are some really interesting ones hidden along the maps. Especially
They're
in
kind
the-
of just sitting out there like the weapons in Final Fantasy VII. Like you
Little bit.
see them
Yeah.
on the map.
Yeah,
and
they're
then,
cool.
then you fly away from them.
Yeah.
at one
Do
point
not go there.
Yeah, I don't go there.
those are really legitimately hard fights, and you better be fucking ready.
Yes.
I've only beat like 2 of like the bigger bosses, and then the rest was just trying to level up, and then eventually I'm just like, okay, well, I'm not doing this anymore. Even if the rewards are significant.
How many we didn't talk about the mimes yet.
We did
Mimes.
not.
Oh,
We should have mentioned the mines.
we should have
Good
mentioned
catch.
that. Yeah. Yeah. I was like,
They're pretty cool.
I admittedly ran away from a couple. I was like, I'm not ready for this. And then you escape,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden the mime's like, starts chasing after you. You're like, run away.
Especially in one of those first early areas. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I can take this fucking mime. I beat the mime in
You beat the first
Lumiere.
one. You beat the first one. No
Yeah,
problem, whatever.
exactly.
Then the second one just like kind of kicks your ass. And then you're like, okay, I'm not ready for this.
They got great music too.
Yes.
they do.
Yeah.
Accordion.
They're like fun little like mini challenge enemies
Yeah.
that you want to run into, and you get good rewards. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is cool.
Yeah, the costumes are kind of weird. Like, I mean, so deliciously French. Like, you're basically walking around with like suspenders, pinstripe shirt, and then a baguette on your back.
It's cool.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
The French are in on it.
We didn't really mention costumes and hairstyles. They're always fun to find.
There should be more. I wish they.
CL has really good hair options.
Yes, she does.
She's got really good hair options.
Minoko has really not exciting hair options.
No.
He's got the
Viking.
one ponytail, the Viking ponytail.
Like
yeah.
a man bun.
Yeah.
Verso
swimsuit?
changing his hair is extremely necessary.
Yes.
Once I got him to kind of look like Aragorn, I was a little more like, okay, now I can take you a bit more seriously.
Yeah. And I mean, all the various costumes look really cool too.
I think I got his Expedition Zero costume.
Yeah.
I don't know where
yeah.
you find that,
Yeah, I forget it too.
but I made him wear it.
The final most difficult dungeon in the game is Renoir's Drafts and the Abyss. The powerful painted Renoir imprisoned Simon in Renoir's drafts because he was too powerful to be killed. The name drafts may refer to the attempts to create new strategies or beings within the canvas. So the Abyss served as a prison for the Curator. Simon of Expedition Zero tried to defeat the Curator in the Abyss to stop the Gamage. Simon lost the battle and was imprisoned in there while the Curator escaped while it was open. You fight Simon. Eventually, the real Simon awakens and recognizes your strength, realizing they are capable of freeing both him and Painted Clea from their respective prisons within the canvas. Simon's last act is to entrust Verso with his sword and oath, asking him to free the Painted Clea and reunite them in death. So that's how you get Verso's ultimate weapon.
There's a reason I guess I didn't have it.
Same.
And I'm never going to.
I don't think I ever will.
I can't see myself playing this again right away because I'm backlogged on games I do really want to play. And this year has been so full of bangers. But I can see myself in a year and just like, let's say it gets ported to Switch 2. I'll play it again on Switch 2.
I could see it. I mean, I think Switch 2 could do it.
Switch 2 could handle that. I know it could.
Yeah.
Yeah. I downloaded it. I think it was 10% off recently on a Steam sale. So
Smart.
I did purchase it there. So
Ooh, Steam Deck. It'd probably be really good on Steam Deck.
You can continue after beating the final boss. You can continue after the end. Can load their last save to continue exploring that world, or you can do a new game plus. Where players can experience the story again with their collected items and increased power levels.
That's something
I love when games do that.
It should just always be an option. Just throw it out there, right?
New Game Plus is something to look forward to. One of the cool things about the Tales of Symphonia or Tales series, I always call it Tales of Symphonia series because it was my first.
Yeah,
it was my first. And at the end, you have these battle grades that get added. And then going into New Game Plus, based on how good you were, you can get boosts of certain things. And it's really, really a good reason to get jumped right back into the game. Like now, based on this many points, you can keep all of your tech abilities or whatever. It's so cool. I think New Game Plus is kind of a requirement.
Yeah. Especially for an RPG like this, where you amass so much power by the end that, like, so you want to play it again, you want to kind of keep everything.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any final thoughts before I discuss the reception, before I read the reception stuff?
For me, this is a 10 out of 10 game. If you somehow have been listening and did not pick this up and play it all the way to completion, I would say even the way we're talking about it, I don't think we're doing it any real justice. I think it's one of those singular things that speaks for itself. And go out and fucking play it. I promise you're going to have a good time, even if you don't like menus, even if you don't like the idea of a turn-based battle game. Your blood will get pumping.
The parrying just changes it so much. There's never been a game with as good of parrying as this, in my
Satisfying.
opinion.
I haven't had my pits sweat like this since like the first, or like Sekiro. It's insane. So
For a turn-based RPG.
yes,
Yeah.
It's crazy.
yeah.
But and they revitalized it. Like you can anybody can make a turn-based RPG, but to like kind of like inject like fresh new game mechanics.
Yeah.
That would probably, I mean, game mechanics like this in a turn-based RPG were probably unheard of. Like could never even been dreamed of like 20, 30 years ago in its heyday.
Yeah,
But
that's true.
For me, I think I'm always, I said this multiple times before, I'm always drawn to characters. Characters are really what sells the game for me.
True.
You could have kind of like maybe like a shit story, but like give me good characters that I would gladly die for, and in this, like I became so attached to everybody, and everybody had a story to tell. Everybody had their motivations. Everybody had their flaws, and every character, even though they exuded confidence, was carrying some sort of trauma, some sort of flaw that really kind of shaped who they were as a person. Like hearing, the backstories of Lune, the backstories of even like Verso, and his obviously traumatic, long story. And then how the characters interact with each other in those moments, like some of the simple moments, like being at the campsite and then just doing the character story interactions. Like there were so many of these scenes of just like CL and Lune just like laying down, looking up at the stars and just having a conversation and learning so much by just these well-written stories. And yeah, we didn't do it justice enough in this. Like there's so many other things you can discover about the story.
We can't do a 20-part episode.
We really can't. But I will say, like, what I think what steeled me on it was why Lune is my favorite character was in that scene.
Because she's barefoot.
Well, those calves. Like the scene, obviously, where like Gustav was like, we got to get out of here. We got to get Mael. We got to get out of here. And Lune's like, I didn't take you for a coward. I was like, whoa, what?
Yeah.
And just that scene of them going back and forth was so well written. and so well put together that it's like, man, the stakes are high. Like they're not in a good spot.
All the characters, they shine so much.
Yeah, they really do. And I think after that campfire scene, you know, and you know, Charlie Cox came out and said like multiple times, he's like, I feel like a fraud because I did 4 hours of voice acting work, and
which is insane. That seems so. There is a lot of voice acting from Gustav.
I think you guys would be surprised how quick voice acting really goes. You show up and then you can, with the number of lines, I'm sure you could do 10 takes and you read through all of those lines in 3 sessions.
And that's the thing. You have to have good direction because a lot of the character interactions that Gustav or any of the characters have, it feels like an actual conversation instead of like some guy in a booth and just being told, hey, read this.
Yeah.
You know, and then the conversations between the characters when they put them together doesn't sound like a conversation.
Yeah.
In this game, they do. So either he was voice acting with other people in the room or just really good direction.
I think Charlie Cox is also just a really good actor.
Well, yeah, he is.
I think everybody knocked it out of the park.
Everybody did. Yeah.
In a very big
There
way.
was not really a stinker in the bunch. Sometimes you're playing an RPG, you're like, can that kid shut the fuck up?
Yep.
Riku, Final Fantasy 10.
I had no issues with Riku.
Yeah.
Found her
Vaughn,
voice annoying.
pretty much
Oh, okay.
entirely throughout the whole game.
Yeah.
And Pinello. Sorry, Pinello.
Yeah, well, Penelope's
Anyway.
got no character at all.
She's got no business being there.
But yeah, every character that you had, every character that you were in with was obviously played a role. And yeah.
This game went gold on March 22nd of this year, coincidentally 33 days before the game's release.
Well, that was done on purpose.
It was also highly rated by users of Metacritic, and as of May 2025 was the highest rated game of all time by users.
And what took that over?
At the time, that's what.
Yeah, I know, but
I don't know what it took over.
No, I think Death Stranding 2 took that mantle, didn't it?
I don't think it was
After
Death
it came out?
Stranding 2.
OpenCritic reported a top critic average of 92% across all platforms. As of April 2025, it is the highest rated game of 2025 on its site. Sold 500,000 units within the first day from release and sold 1 million units within 3 days.
They made their budget back like
Once this hit, I was going to say, once this hit TikTok and Instagram, you know, people
Yeah.
started sharing reels of this stuff.
I think that this game is kind of an achievement too, that it could bring in people who generally don't like games.
Yeah.
Because I think that it's so visually distinct and interesting, and it's full of very pretty characters and
Unique characters.
yeah, and you can tell that there's drama and that the story is important. I think that, you know, not a lot of other games can achieve that. Mm-hmm. And it has a very Western intentionality that I think people respond to a little bit better than a JRPG.
Yeah.
So, you know, yeah, I love this game.
And I think, you know, with the discourse surrounding the video game space over the last few years has been about, you know, you got publishers and developers that are chasing trends, chasing money,
Star
chasing
Wars Outlaws.
yeah, or like basically whatever live service game you want to, you know, try to chase after and stuff. And it's like, you know, gamers these days, I hate using that word.
Capital G.
Yeah. But,
We're important.
you know,
Let's be clear.
They can see bullshit when they see it.
Yeah.
And the fact that everyone that is, most people that have played this game universally praised it and found genuine joy out of it is a testament to the developers themselves of, you know, making a game that was probably authentic to themselves to say like, this is a game we wanted to make.
There's not a lot of games where at the end I feel inspired.
Yeah.
And I think
That sticks the landing.
Yeah.
absolutely. And when I'm inspired at the end of a game, I can truly call it life changing because that type of dopamine rush,
Doesn't
that kind
happen.
of feeling, it doesn't happen
It doesn't
every
happen,
day.
yeah.
And it gets rarer as you get older because you become a little jaded. So this is just like it's just a kick in the dick, man. It's like it gets your attention right away.
Yeah.
And it's just like, holy shit. And I search for those feelings all the time. That's why I play so much like video games. I watch a lot of stuff. I read. And anytime art reaches this height, I can't shut up about it. It's great.
What really strikes me is how I found it as a surprise. You saw it coming. You had the game ready to be pre-ordered, but I think a lot of people didn't. And the fact that Death Stranding 2, people know it's going to be a big guy.
Yeah.
Donkey Kong Bonanza, of course, Nintendo knows what they're doing. But for little French developer to bring this game and to just everyone completely gobsmacked is such a special, big moment in gaming.
Yeah.
It is.
I didn't expect it to be this big. Like, I was excited for it. It had all the things that was tickling my taint, but like nothing to the point of like where I was like going to be blown away by it. Like,
I wasn't expecting a lot.
That definitely took me by surprise. I thought this was going to be like maybe a 7 or 8 out of 10 game.
Yep.
It's got everything I want in it, but it's probably going to do it subpar or, just enough. I didn't expect this from a new developer.
It just keeps delivering.
Such a personal story.
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially from the writer's perspective, because I guess I read too that
the writers are the evil ones.
Yeah, well, separate the art from the artist.
Yeah.
But no, the writer of the lead writer, I think she took portions of her personality and kind of made them into the characters in the game of like, CL's overconfidence and Lune's not a kind of poor ability to kind of gel with her parents and stuff like that as a daughter instead of an asset, so to speak. And so it was really cool when like a writer can actually like pour a little bit of their souls into who they're writing and what they're writing about.
Much like
instead of like being told like this is the type of character you want to.
Much like Verso.
Yeah.
Art reflecting life.
Yep.
As someone who's destroyed a lot of their drawings out of either like hatred of it or you just feel like so depressed you just want to break something and you're like, well, fuck this shit, I don't even want to look at it anymore. It gets to the idea of what it means to be an artist in general, and I just think that is something that a lot more people do indelicately because maybe they're not quite understanding the actual complexity of it, but this one hits it right on the fucking head. And now I feel bad about all the things I've killed. I'm a murderer.
Yeah. Those are your own creations that you just killed.
Oh my God.
Speaking of chasing money and trends, a live action film is allegedly being developed.
I don't want this.
It's unnecessary.
I don't want this.
But there might be money. We
Yeah,
got to do it.
It's so deeply unnecessary.
It really
Guess
is.
what?
Death Stranding's getting one, getting 2.
I don't need that either.
Yeah. I just wish they would just let it be.
But what about money?
Yeah, but
But money.
I don't see what they would do unless they're adapting the first one. What?
the only thing I could think of would maybe be
Expedition
like
60 live action film. 10 naked people running around.
Oh, I'd watch the fuck
wa-
out of
live
that.
on Pornhub. Okay, I'll watch that.
Or Netflix. Actually, this would be HBO Max written all over it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if they do, fine. I really hope they don't do it because we don't need it.
Let's rank this
Oh,
puppy.
wow.
Oh,
This
wow.
one's going to be insane.
Yeah.
So for those that don't know, we do a Dogcast game ranking where after we discuss a game, it has to be a game that we've discussed and played. If you haven't played one of the games, so it's this or that. So we'll go to the middle and it'll be this game or Expedition 33. If you haven't played the game, you must abstain. If we have a tie, we'll do a tiebreaker.
Okay.
I think we've played all of the games here.
Yeah.
Most of them.
So we'll start right in the middle. Resident Evil 2 Remake
Oh, man.
or
Expedition.
Expedition 33.
Expedition 33.
Yeah. Expedition 33.
Sorry, Resident Evil 2.
Final Fantasy 8 or Expedition 33.
Expedition 33.
I agree. Castlevania Symphony of the Night or Expedition 33.
33. It's getting tough now.
I'm happy I don't have to choose, but I would say Symphony of the Night probably.
Jeez Louise.
That game is very good.
I know
It really is, but
Pokemon Red or Blue or Expedition 33.
33.
I'm abstaining, but
You never played Pokemon Red and Blue?
nope. Never played a Pokemon. I played one of the more recent Pokemons for like an hour.
How old are you?
I passed that generation. I'm 44.
Oh,
So,
I didn't know you were 44.
yeah, I am. I missed that boat. I was too old at the time
You're
when
a little,
Pokemon first
I'll
came out.
lend you my copy
No,
of Heart
it's okay.
Gold.
Please, no.
You'll really like it.
No, I'm
Well,
fine.
I agree with Expedition 33. Hades or Expedition 33?
33, because
33.
Hades 2 is way better.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Hades 2 is way better than Hades 1.
Oh, you played the beta?
So you'll go Expedition
Oh, it's
33?
basically not even. Yeah, I'm doing 33.
Oh, okay.
Baldur's Gate 3 or Expedition 33?
33.
Baldur's Gate 3.
33 for me.
And you said 33?
33.
Yeah.
Death Stranding 1 or Expedition 33?
33.
33.
That's actually surprising.
I'm going Death Stranding, but it's irrelevant. Kentucky Route Zero or Expedition 33?
Jesus.
It's hard to compare because they're like
I know.
two different games.
There's, apples and oranges.
Yeah.
33.
33 though.
Kentucky Route Zero.
Okay.
Okay.
Bloodborne or Expedition 33?
33.
33.
No shit. Wow. We have a new number one.
It's been toppled.
Wow.
Bloodborne has basically been number one for 5 years.
Forever.
Wow.
I'm surprised.
I'm not.
I'm not. Like he said, a game like this comes around once in a lifetime, pretty much.
Yeah. It's masterwork.
Yeah.
And while I love Bloodborne, there were a lot more Souls games before Bloodborne. Mm-hmm. And this is going to end up being one of those games that people imitate for a long time, and it's going to get annoying. So I'm going to love this game as it is now, and I'm going to try to remember the feeling.
I can't wait for end of this year, game of the year discussions, because there is some competition.
There really is. It's going to be tough.
It's going to hurt my feelings.
Yep. Yep.
Because I've got thoughts, and I can't even talk to anyone about them because it would spoil things.
If you enjoyed this episode and you feel like supporting our wonderful little podcast here, you can go to patreon.com/hairofthedogcast to get access to tons of bonus episodes of Raw Dogs, of Popcorn Dogs, of Elden Dogs, all of our shows. Special thanks to Patreon executive producers Brian Ward, Ryan Christina, Kipper, Phil Wright, Jordan Hoff, Kelly Gutowski, Bryant Ross, Phil Just Red Bear Phil, thanks Tyler, Justin Melly, Just Sonic, Horny Jim, Spetsnaz, and Ejot. We appreciate all of your support.
Thank you so much.
And go by
Kelly Gutowski always kind of reminds me of Kelly Kapowski from Saved by the Bell. Is that name on purpose?
I bet that's her name.
Okay, all right. No, good for you.
Kelly's a gentleman.
Okay,
Yes.
all right.
Okay,
So
it's
probably
Boy
not.
Kelly.
It's Boy Kelly.
Yeah, so I don't think that...
You don't think Kelly named himself after Kelly Kapowski?
Kelly, you're listening. Let us know in the Discord if your parents named you after Kelly Kapowski. Although I think you're older than Saved by the
Probably
Bell.
older than Saved
I've
by the
only
Bell.
ever
Yeah.
met one other male Kelly.
One of my other friends is named Kelly too. So
Is
Well,
it
let
usually
us
like a
know,
nickname?
Kelly.
Yeah, let us know. Talk
Yeah.
to us about it.
yeah,
And thanks for listening. Go paint.
you so much.
Go paint something.
go create art.
Go write something.
Yeah.
Fuck painters.
Fuck the writers.
Burn down a mansion. Doesn't that seem like fun?
Yeah.
Amen.